I was just reading how a large Las Vegas hotel chain advertises low room rates, then adds a sundry of additional fees to get an amount per stay that allows them to pay their bills and garner a profit. There is no real news here. Airlines and other industries have similar marketing strategies. Why? Because the consumer shops price. Hi, I am Samantha, your Vantage Appliances Inc. AI host. My interest was piqued because service companies have adopted a parallel marketing strategy, advertising a low service call fee or call-out fee, then bundling all their costs and profits in a box they call the part. Let's see how that works. On the left top, we have our service call charge. Now let's add a labor amount for time needed to repair the unit over the first 30 minutes included in the service call. Let's send that up there. Good. Now we need a space for a part. If you would scurry up under labor, please. Yes! Just like that. Now a little for the government. In our case, that is GST. Join the rest if you don't mind. Nice! Finally, we have a total. Now the amount's relative. You can call us to get the current figures for the Calgary, Alberta area. This is really where you want your comparison point to be. This is the number that matters most. Yes? Now let's check in on the alternative. Service call. Part, tax. Total. Service call is less, the part is more. Tax will be the tax, the total amount. Kinda depends on that part price, doesn't it? The example on the right-hand side of the screen works for the service company because the customer is drawn to the low service call fee. Then, once the problem has been diagnosed, they present the repair costs in a big bundle. Now, imagine your fridge is not working. The technician is in your home and tells you it is going to cost you this to repair it. Now, the part price seems high, but food is spoiling. Getting a second opinion is going to cost you more and take more time. The pressure is on you. What do? In most cases, you authorize the repair and hope it all works out right. In that moment, did you remember to ask what the parts and labor warranty would be? Did you ask if there was any manufacturer's warranty still on your product that would help mitigate the cost of the repair? Likely not. If the total cost of the repair was the same as the company whose initial service call fee was higher, then you chalk it all up to marketing. As long as the fridge is working and the food is no longer spoiling, then it's all good. Yes? Of course. Not only that, how would you be able to compare the totals from the left to right column unless you had the exact same repair done twice? What happens if your spider sense tips you off that maybe you paid too much? How will you check? Well, it won't be easy. Likely, if a company is using this pricing scheme, they will not use a manufacturer-specific part number. So if you try and research it, you will hit a sudden brick wall. Here is the current Western Canadian Parts distributor's price sheet for a condenser fan motor. The price you see here is what Vantage Appliances would charge on the invoice, and the part number you see here is exactly the part number we use. All very transparent. Let's set up an example. Here on your right is an invoice. We have flat rate service call listed at our made-up figure of $89.95. Our parts price of $304.31. Tax will be, for current example, $19.71. For total bill, $413.97. My guess is that this is how you would expected it to work out. However, far too often, what happens is this. The service company adds in costs that would have been better reflected in the service call amount. For our example, let's call it an administrative fee. And for today's example, our new parts price is $530.36. Well, that went from an outright bargain to okay. What happens if they slip in something to cover the technician's time in the home? Okay, and little profit on the part. A little profit for company. We could go on, but you get it. Yes, it can get, and does get, a bit silly. Especially if there are multiple parts on the same invoice. We have kept it simple to highlight the concern. What is important to you? the service call amount, or the total amount you just forked over for the repair. Deceptive at best, advertise a low price which in no way reflects what the total invoice could be. Thing is, this method works for the service company. How well does it work for the consumer? It is up to all of us to choose wisely. Now, in the appliance industry, there is a blue book. It is designed to make including labor rates and other costs into the part price more uniform. While this can cut down on abuses, it heavily favors the service provider. So, then what to do? We recommend the following. 1. Ask if the company is a certified representative of the manufacturer of your appliance. They are the best suited to extend the manufacturer part warranty to you. Not only that, if the repair or a part of the repair happens to be under manufacturer warranty, they should pass that on to you. By the way, we see internet listings where an advertiser says they are certified, when in fact they are not. If you're not sure, call your manufacturer and ask for a list of certified servicers in your area. 2. Ask if they have trained certified service personnel. It varies from jurisdiction to jurisdiction. Here in Alberta, a technician must have a journeyman certificate or be a registered apprentice. If your investment is important to you, you want the best qualified person you can get. By the way, enforcement even here is spotty, so it is up to the customer to ask. 3. Ask if they have proper liability insurance. You want to be protected, just in case. 4. If you have a workers' compensation style program in your area, ask if the service person is covered under the appropriate program. This can protect you in case of injury. 5. Ask about the company's warranty policies. 6. Ask if they have a policy manual, and if they do, is it public? You can learn a lot about a company from their policy manual, if they have one. 7. Are the service personnel driving branded and properly insured vehicles? Again, it protects you and gives you some assurance that the person parking in front of your home is who you think they are. Even better if they are wearing company-branded clothing and have identification. So 6 is optional, but the rest, an informed customer needs to know. Now, we'll be honest with you, not everyone agrees with our pricing model. We've received reviews that say our costs seemed higher than the, quote, industry standard, unquote. And that's okay, because we're not hiding behind bundled prices or vague invoices. We believe transparency is worth standing up for, even if it means taking a little heat. We'd rather be upfront about what you're paying for than win you over with a low advertised number and surprise you with a big total that seems, well, not compatible with that upfront amount. At the end of the service experience, the most important number is the total. If you made it here, thank you. We welcome your comments. We will be back with another video in our Getting Value for Your Service Dollar series. See you then.